It's a remarkable achievement that puts Malaysia back on the global space map again. The PG1 satellite is not just a technological marvel, but a testament to the true collective spirit, ingenuity, and dedications of Malaysians who have made this possible. We are also proud to announce that the PG1 satellite is designed in Malaysia, by Malaysians, for Malaysia, and extension to the world. In fact, the launch of this maiden satellite named PG1 is made in Penang. Okay, it stands for Penang 1. Okay, Penang is also the house for our Earth Station Farm and also the Space Technology Center in USM Nibong Tebal. Earth Station Farm is a vital element in the satellite communication networks for transmitting and receiving satellite data from the constellation satellites in the space. And the Space Technology Center in Nibong Tebal is also a center for R&D, assembly, testing of satellites, low Earth orbit satellites. In this regard, I would like to take sincere express of heartfelt gratitude to our VIPs today for being here in MISA today. It means a lot to us. Also, special guests from Russia as well. And we, at the same moment in USM, okay, we have Yang Ahmad Muhammad, Tuan Chow Guan Yu, probably is doing what I'm doing right now, giving a speech, okay, to welcome his guests in USM. And we have about 100 guests in USM right now, okay, doing the same thing, but welcoming different guests, okay, in the respective area. Of course, as that, okay, Sarawak, Kuching, also hosting a smaller event. Okay, all of us are excited to see how Soil 2, sorry, okay, take the skies and bring our satellite A-SEANSAT-PG1 to the space, to our orbits. The launch of this PG1 Penang 1 satellite today marks the first step towards the eventual launch of a multi-constellations of LEO satellites. They will work together towards the creation of an ecosystem to make the internet connectivity an affordable necessity towards the betterment of humanity. We will improve the standard of living, particularly in the rural area within the ASEAN region. The launch of these satellites is therefore not just an isolated event. It is part of a larger national agenda to drive space technology and propel Malaysia forwards, becoming a key player in the global space tech ecosystem. By harnessing the technology and power of satellite technology, we are not only bridging the digital divide, okay, and everybody will talk about digitalizations, digital technology, but we are also strengthening our position, Malaysia, as a hub for innovations, talent development, and economic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Connectivity is no longer a luxury. On the contrary, people in the past think that, oh, we need to pay for connectivity. But we all know, after the pandemic, it is a necessity for the betterment of humankind. With about 50% of the world population still having no access to internet, this is the ITU number. The launch of our satellites by ANGKASA is a significant step towards achieving the goal of social inclusion by providing satellite connectivity to the rural area. They are not being served, they're being deprived from such a basic needs. Our mission as a company is eventually to bring affordable satellite services to all, especially those underserved nations, region along the equator. Hence, this launch marks a paradigm shift. We are witnessing a pivotal moment in the emergence of the new space era, where securing space orbits, developing space technology, talent, R&D, launching of homegrown satellites, and engineering of satellite applications will ultimately benefit Malaysia, Southeast Asia, and beyond. More than that, the satellite launch will be driving force behind the Malaysian government's effort to accelerate digital economy transformation. By linking rural and urban areas, we can create a seamless digital ecosystem that fosters innovations, entrepreneurships, and economic growth. This connectivity will serve as a catalyst for the digital economy, opening up new opportunities for businesses, enhancing education and healthcare services, and empowering individuals to thrive in the digital age. This project, along with the subsequent ones, will create high talent, high paid jobs, fueling talent development in the space technology. We are committed to nurturing the next generation of space engineers, scientists, and innovators who will continue to push boundaries to the skyrocket Malaysia to even greater heights. The space industry holds immense potential, and we are dedicated to unlocking this opportunity for the benefit of our nations and for its people. As we celebrate the launch today, let's also look into the future. We have previously announced our plan to turn Penang into a regional space technology ecosystem. And part of this is to develop Malaysia's Space Tech Park, located in the Penang Technology Park in Batam. On top of that, ANGKASA-X also has plans to launch satellites from the Borneo Island in the coming years. And we are talking to the Borneo state government right now, okay, particularly the Sabah state government. ANGKASA also plan to launch satellites from our own soil. Okay. On top of that will be the near to long-term future. Now we know we can build satellites, we can launch satellites. It will be great if Malaysia can launch satellites as well with the partners around us. Before I end, I would like to take this opportunity to express my utmost gratitude to Tuan Haji Asri Kamil again, Director General of MISA, okay, for hosting this PG1 satellite event. Special thanks also goes to all the talented individuals, organizations, and government agencies who were involved in making this satellite launch possible and reality. Thank you for the media for your presence here today. Okay, this is indeed a momentous moment for Malaysia to take the space again after RASAT 1 that was in 2009. Okay, this is also our unwavering commitment and tireless effort that we have brought us to this highly anticipated day. Together, we have set Malaysia to a trajectory towards a brighter, more connected and technological advanced future. Thank you all for being part of this historic day, historic occasions. Let us celebrate this remarkable achievement and enable us to a journey to shape the future of Malaysia's space industries and economy. Thank you very much for your presence. Okay, that's the official part of the presentation. Okay, I want to spend a few minutes, okay, to go through what ANGKASA-X is. Okay, of course, we will have videos that actually do the explanations. Okay, again, I want to hit home a few points. The first point is ANGKASA-X Group is a new startup for space tech. It was formed in 2021. Okay, we believe connectivity is a basic necessity. Okay, and this belief propels us to deliver a concept called technological social inclusions. Okay, if I go to the next slide. Okay, the next one. This is just saying, okay. So the ITU numbers say more than 50% of the people on Earth nowadays still live in the unconnected world. There are no hopes to digital economy. Whatever we do today, whatever digital ecosystem that we build today, is to serve the 50% who are connected to the internet. There are still 50% people out there. They are living in a world without internet. So how do we go about to help these people to improve their standard of living? How do we go about to help these people to get connected to the basic internet? Okay, this is how our company being formed in the day one is to bridge the gap of the unconnected using satellite technology. Next. So again, this is a map. We know equator. Okay, there are 2 billion people live in the equator today, are not connected to internet. And don't ask me why. Okay. We have 365 days in the hot sun. Okay, no snow, but 50% of the people, 2 billion people living on the equator are without internet. So imagine this: if we, ANGKASA-X, if Malaysia can launch a constellation of satellites to serve the equator, countries on the equator. Okay, that means whatever satellites, that connectivities that we launch, we can serve a tremendous number of populations. So that's what our business do. We build satellites and we launch our satellite into the equatorial orbit. Okay, that orbit on the equator is the first orbit that Malaysia launched our satellites to. That was year 2009. When Sat was launched, it was launched into the equatorial orbit. And Malaysia was the first country ever launched a remote sensing satellites into the equatorial orbit. To give a big background, the rest of the world, Elon Musk, the rest of the world, China, they are launching their satellite predominantly on polar orbit and sun synchronous. Okay, they are not launching their satellites into equatorial orbit. Okay, because there are a lot, as I said, a poor country on the equator, they are unable to pay Elon Musk for their services. So we need to come up with a solution of satellite services that can help, okay, the country on the equator to tap into the services of satellites. And that's how we try to build the business. On your right is a chart, which I was told some of the numbers are incorrect, okay, because Myanmar has a bigger population. Okay, there are around 300 million population in Southeast Asia are living in a rural area. Majority of them are not connected to internet. So if you look at this whole holistic view, there is a lot of businesses, right, to serve satellite services into not only Southeast Asia and also countries on the equator. Yeah, like countries like Maldives, they have so many islands. How to build connectivity on using fiber? So that's why in the world of satellites, okay, all these are possible, okay, using technology called satellites, low Earth orbit satellites. Next. Okay, in order to build this ecosystem, to build hundreds of satellites into the space, okay, you need to build an ecosystem. No one company in Malaysia can do everything on your own. Come, sit at the front. Chong. Okay, we need to build an ecosystem to serve this. And we are proposing to set up an ASEAN space economy. To drive this forward, next, we need to build an ASEAN space tech ecosystem. So again, we have done this many times. Okay, next slide. We have built Proton, the car automobile ecosystem. We have built MSC 27 years ago. We built cyber, all these are so-called silos of technology. We turn ourselves from agriculture to industrialization to a knowledge economy. So we have done it before. It's not something new for Malaysia. So it started from a concept. You need to find who are the global partners and who are the local partners, work together, and how do we build the subsystem of satellites, assemble it in Malaysia if possible, and launch it via our launcher, which is we need to somehow, I think Asli Kamil will like this, we need to somehow bring the rockets into Malaysia, okay, to launch the satellites here, because it is too difficult to ship a satellite from a country to another country. Okay, it is simply too dangerous, yeah, because your IP is there. Okay. So once we launch our satellites, then the ground stations that set up across Southeast Asia, we can serve the nations in the country. Every country will have their own ground stations, and every country will have direct access to the data that belongs to them. So that will provide national security and national sovereignty to each of the country. So this is the roadmap of success that we have done it before with Proton, with MSC, and we just simply to recreate this success for the space economy. Next. So we have partners, you guess it, we have Russia, we have China, we have America, we have technology in satellite. Bring them to Malaysia. Okay, everybody needs a market. With a technology company, you need a market. Bring them to Malaysia. Next, we need to find out who are the local partners. Next, we need to find out who are the local partners can work with us. Okay, the guy in Merchant Tekun built ground stations. The guy called Skychip, they built chip technology, 4mm technology. Okay, precision engineering, TechScan, ship bridges, they build high frequency cables. So we need to bring all these partners together. Quite a number of them are from Penang. Okay, so we have the national partner, we have Malaysian partner. Next, then we need to look for a partner in universities. Okay, again, you need talent. School, university is the best place to find talent. And we need to find a technology-oriented universities. Okay, that's University of Science Malaysia. So back in 2021, the first partner we signed up, apart from so-called the Penang State government, we signed up with USM. And that's why today, USM is hosting a launch event as well. Because our Satellite Engineering Center and ground station will be set up in USM in Nipun Tobau. So we also bring curriculum from other countries, Russia, China, into USM to teach the professors and teachers and also students. Any one of you tomorrow wants to be a satellite engineer, yeah, please sign up with us or go to USM. Okay, that's 1 minute of commercial. Next. I'm not from USM. I know somebody from USM. Yeah. So again, partners, okay, regulators. ITU is a global regulators. You need to become a member of ITU to get an orbit to launch your satellites. With a bit of luck, okay, we have finally get approval from MCMC and ITU to secure our first orbit to launch our satellite. That's why we can launch today. So of course, we need other agency to play ball. Okay, MOSTI, which is this is my side is under MOSTI, KKD, which is MCMC. And again, next, we need to find a market that, this is ITU, we are ITU member. You cannot launch a satellite if you are not an ITU member. Technically speaking, you cannot even secure an orbit to launch a satellite if you are not an ITU member. And to become an ITU member, your government need to endorse you, write a letter to ITU, say, you know, yeah, we let them apply as a member. So we got all that. Next. Okay, you need to have licenses to set up your ground stations. Okay, otherwise your satellite cannot connect to the ground. So we have that. Let's go next. Okay, you need a market. Okay, the prediction says in the next 10 years, Borneo Island will be the largest development in this region. Okay, with the Jakarta, well, moving capital into Balikpapan. We know that Sabah, Sarawak always very rich. Okay, oil and gas, tourism, and again Brunei of course is rich. Okay, that region is set to the growth of economy. What they are lacking is connectivity. They got all the natural resources, they got all the money, they got all the hydropower dam, but they do not have connectivity. Simply no telco will pull all the fiber into that 4th largest island in the world without having any customers. Okay. So we have signed up with BIMNIAGA, okay, we signed up with the Borneo to provide our satellite services to them. Next. All these are the customers that we have secured even before we launch the satellites. Okay, again, as I said, we need to have our launcher. Okay, hopefully with a bit of luck, okay, by 2025, okay, we are hoping that we can launch our satellites in our home soil. Okay, and that is with a lot of luck. Next. Okay. Again, This is the Malaysia space economy. Of course, a lot of people come and tell me, Malaysia boleh tak? Malaysia started satellite engineering in year 2000. The first 600 million was invested by that government during those time to build our first satellites. We launched in 2009. That is called LANGSUNG-SAT-1. And the rockets to launch LANGSUNG-SAT-1 was Falcon 1. Okay, Elon Musk. Elon Musk was nobody. Sorry, he was nobody in 2009. He just come to Malaysia trying to look for a launcher business. And our very nice people in Malaysia say, yeah, launch 3 kali pun tak boleh. Okay, cuba. The 4th time, he successfully launched his satellites. He launched our satellites, his rocket, actually. Then we have Falcon 9 today. So Elon Musk, I'm sure you remember Malaysia very well, because we are a country to give chance. Okay. So that's what we have. We have the talent. We have the ability to design and assemble satellites. We will have our space launch facilities. Okay. We have the ground station capabilities. Okay. And we also have local satellite technology component, global international partners, and all that. Okay. We have, Don Haji, let me quote you. We have over 60 satellite applications today. Okay. Developed in Malaysia using satellite data. Okay. We are never lack of satellite applications. What we need is our own satellites. Next. Okay, again, a bit of commercial again. We are building now multiple satellite constellations. Next. The first one is remote sensing, which is the one we launched today. Okay, that is the one on the left, the small one. Okay, don't think it is small, think it is powerful. Okay, that satellite back in 2009, it weighed about 180 kilograms. Technology advancement that actually reduced the footprint of the satellites. That little baby today, yeah, is expensive. Yeah, it is about 12 kilograms. Okay, it was 180 kilograms before. Well, it's very simple. Hold your handphone. 15 years ago, your handphone is a supercomputer, and you need to pay over $1 million to get that processing power of your handphone. Today, you can pay with 300 US dollar. Okay. So again, technology advancement, it makes satellite a lot cheaper, a lot lighter. That means the launching is a lot more economical. Okay, the right hand side is the communication satellites. We only launched it in 2026. Okay, the first one was on the left, which we launched today. We will form a constellation of remote sensing satellites to serve the ASEAN region in the next 3 years. We will have a constellation of easily 20 satellites of remote sensing to provide on a 5 to 10 minutes intervals on any location in Southeast Asia. I can tell you there's a landslide, I can tell you the accident, I can tell you the ship is being rocked, okay, every 5 minutes. Okay, when we have a constellation of 24, we can go to the sub-minutes. So again, with whatever satellite camera resolution, I can bring the resolution to 0.5 meter. But again, those satellites will be a lot expensive because the camera is more expensive. Next. So launch date, today marks the first day. We'll launch it. We will start servicing our clients in Southeast Asia, in Indonesia, hopefully with Malaysia as well. Okay, we will be providing satellite data for all these enterprises. Moving into 24, 25, okay, we will grow up our services gradually. And we will be raising funds on an IPO in the US. Okay, we have filed the IPO anyway, okay, to raise funds from US capital market to fund our satellite launching and R&D. Next. How many minutes I have more? I'm buying time, okay? Okay, because the launch is not there yet. So these are multiple satellites, the usage are there. If you're interested, I can share a bit more. Next. Okay, this is a big satellite. It weighs about 150 kilograms. This is a sub 0.5 meter resolutions. Okay, aperture radar camera. So it is not cheap, but again, it is very useful. Even I want to find my cats my dogs or my cat on the playground. Now I can see them 0.5 meter. Okay, so of course it's very useful for planning, development, defense, and national security. Next, this is the last satellites. It weighs about 250 kilograms. Okay, we partner with partners to build this satellite in Malaysia as well. Next. Okay, next 15 years, we will launch a few hundred satellites on the equatorial orbit. So that is our vision. I'm not saying it will definitely happen, because we need to raise money to do that. And I just want to present our vision to you. Okay, what we aspire to do to serve the region, we call it near equatorial, in the next 10-15 years. Next. Okay, a bit of roadmap. Okay, we have a 9-step roadmap. Okay, we are in the middle right now, launching. After we launch, we build constellations. After we build constellation, we need to build an ecosystem, because you cannot sell one proton. If you want to sell 100,000 proton, you need to have an assembly here. You need to have an ecosystem here. Same thing for satellites. We need to have a space tech park. Next. Okay, this is the land that we have in Nibong Tabang. This is the ground station farm, and also the assembly AIT facilities in USM. Nibong Tabang. Next. And next. This is the land. We have secured a piece of land at the northern state. Okay, technology park to build our ANGKASA-X ecosystem. Next. Okay, quickly, what we are doing right now, ANGKASA-X, together with MISA and the country, is to meet the needs, okay, to actually provide the agenda for the country, for Southeast Asia to grow. Not only we invest on the technology R&D, we also propel a concept called ASEAN Space Economy. Okay, we hope this vision will spread across countries in ASEAN. Okay, we have spoken to Indonesia, Thailand. Okay, they are building their own satellites as well. Okay, like what we do right now. Okay, 1, 2 satellites launching, trying, testing. But at some point in time, they are seeking for collaborations to build a constellations. Okay, to serve the nations, and also to accelerate the digital transformation for each of the country. I will conclude with the last slide. Next. Okay, I think a lot of people have not seen this number before. Quickly, I just want to tell everyone, you staying idle, does not do anything, will not bring us anywhere. We are doing this not because we like to compete. It's just the space race has begun, like it or not. Look at Elon Musk. They have secured 42,000 satellite orbit. They only launched 3,008, but they are secured 42,000 satellite orbits. Look at the rest of the world. Everybody is securing satellite orbits. That means you are build all the highways, even though they don't have cars. They just take the highway first. When the car is there, then you start charging. So again, if you look at Southeast Asia, we are the only one. Trying, I'm not saying we are successfully, trying to grab our space orbit to build a satellite constellation to serve this region. And thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sean. So before we move on, I'd like to point out, if you are below 18 years old, can you stand up? Any of our guests who are below 18 years old, stand up. Come on, 18 years and below. Dr. Sean, your future satellite engineers are in the house. Give them a round of applause for joining us. Okay, the one not around here. Alright, moving on, I'd like to invite the Director General of MISA, Tuan Haji Azli Kamil, to say a few words. Tuan Haji, silakan.
Thank you MC. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, dan salam sejahtera, salam perpaduan dan salam Malaysia Madani. Yang berhormat YB Simon, representative from MOSTI, our minister, His Excellency Nalipov, Ambassador of Russian Federation to Malaysia, bahagia Datuk Laksamana Muda Datuk Samsudin Atiludin, Director General Cyber Defence Electromagnetic Division Malaysian Armed Forces, bahagia Datuk Colonel Datuk LANGSUNG, Honorary Consul of Estonia in Malaysia, definitely Yang Berusaha Dr. Sen Syah, Chairman of ANGKASA-X, Datuk-Datuk honest guests, ladies and gentlemen, and member of the media. First of all, thanks for inviting me to join this important event this afternoon, and to show a sense of belonging of Malaysia. Allow me to continue in bahasa Malaysia.
Boleh.
So before that, I just take a few seconds. Myself and Datuk Samsudin experienced a ground zero launching pad in Koru last year during the Miasat satellite launching. Yeah, Datuk. It's really important and eye-opener to us that Malaysia also can do the similar prospect in space technology ecosystem. Baik, Yang Bahagia Datuk, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, saya berkongsi beberapa perkara penting untuk kita bawa dan bersama-sama mengharungi cabaran membangun teknologi angkasa di Malaysia. Yang pertama, Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri telah pun melancarkan apa yang kita kenali sebagai Malaysian Space Exploration 2030 Blueprint. Itu adalah perancangan pembangunan teknologi angkasa 10 tahun Malaysia, yang mana di dalamnya dirangkakan tidak kurang daripada 64 aktiviti related to space technology, development, manufacturing, operation, and also to ensure our younger generation have the proper career guideline in space technology. Yang kedua, Yang Amat Berhormat Timbalan Perdana Menteri juga telah melancarkan Space Industry Strategic Plan 2030 juga dilangkaui, yang memberi tumpuan kepada 3 aspek. Yang pertama, pembangunan, pelancaran, pembinaan dan operasi satelit. Yang kedua, memastikan ekosistem industri angkasa di Malaysia dibangunkan. Dan yang ketiga, memastikan knowledge creation boleh dibangunkan juga di Malaysia. So, ketiga-tiga poin ini adalah menjadi tunjang kepada pembangunan teknologi angkasa in the next 10 years for Malaysia. Sebagai tambahan, Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri juga telah melancarkan Malaysian Space Industry Corporation, yang merupakan satu entiti untuk facilitate, iaitu membantu membangunkan industri tempatan dalam bidang teknologi angkasa. Tuan-tuan dan puan, datuk-datuk, sudah semestinya kita memiliki angan-angan yang besar. Yang pertama, kita ingin melihat space teknologi menjadi satu daripada sumber ekonomi baru Malaysia menjelang 2030. ia akan menyumbang sekurang-kurangnya 1% dalam Malaysian GDP towards 2030. 1% equal to 10 billion economic value di Malaysia. Ini hanya boleh dicapai melalui satu concerted effort. All parties must be in the same foundation. Industry, academia, the government and all interested party to be with us to ensure this KPI can be achieved towards 2030. Second, yang kedua ialah kita berhasrat teknologi angkasa atau sektor angkasa sekurang-kurangnya membuka 5,000 peluang pekerjaan baharu kepada generasi muda kita, younger generation. So ini adalah untuk menyahut satu aspirasi jangka panjang yang telah dimulakan sejak 20 tahun dulu. Kita telah mulakan dengan pelbagai awareness program. Kita telah mulakan pelbagai training. Tetapi penghujungnya karier ini belum lagi dibangunkan dengan begitu pesat di Malaysia, khususnya kepada generasi muda kita. So we need to have our own astronaut as a career from the very beginning, as an example. Itu belum lagi kita punya engineers dan sebagainya. Seperti yang kita sedia maklum, Malaysia hari ini, kalau kita buat sedikit perbandingan di rantau Asia Tenggara, we are in the top 3 in space technology. So this is a good motivation to us to move forward. Ya, kita pergi ke jangka masa yang lebih baik pada masa 10 tahun akan datang, kerana kita ada faktor-faktor yang menyokong kepada gerak kerja ini. Yang pertama, kita telah pun ada ekosistem aero angkasa yang telah beroperasi dalam negara kita. We need only a few step ahead untuk reach space technology capacity and kita punya pembangunan dalaman dalam teknologi angkasa itu. Yang kedua, seperti mana Dr. Sen sebut tadi, kita pun telah ada ekosistem ENE yang recognized by the world. So kita mesti capitalize kemampuan ini untuk kita menyokong pembangunan teknologi angkasa Malaysia towards 2030. So saya berjanji dengan Dr. Sen, saya tidak akan bercakap banyak, tetapi saya akan berikan fakta-fakta ini untuk as a Malaysian, we need to develop this to support the government and the country to develop our space technology ecosystem in Malaysia in a better position to play our role in Southeast Asia and also globally, insyaAllah. Tuan-tuan dan puan, Datuk-datuk, saya bukan bercerita kosong. Satelit yang dihantarkan sekejap lagi adalah satelit yang ke-11 Malaysia ada. So we have already communication satellite being launched by Miasat. Yeah. Just now, Dr. Sen kongsi dengan kita beberapa satelit remote sensing. But bear in mind, technology is improved. That's need to be tackled accordingly, and we need to ensure Malaysia juga tidak ketinggalan dalam perlumbaan teknologi angkasa. With our strategic partner like Russia, US, Europe and other parties that willing to work with us, I believe we can reach certain level for the next 10 years. And tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, datuk-datuk, post-COVID telah memberi pengajaran pada kita betapa pentingnya teknologi. We live in the technology nowadays. technology improve, and we need the technology to help us to manage our life and to manage our world. So please, maybe my time is next only 6 years from now, but our younger generation will continue this, and our responsibility is to provide the good ecosystem for them to at least to bring Malaysia in the greater heights. Tuan-tuan, Datuk-Datuk, saya sekali lagi merakamkan terima kasih kerana menjemput saya, and tahniah kepada ANGKASA-X, dan saya kira ini hanya permulaan. Is many more to go, dan rancangan kita sehingga 10 tahun akan datang, insyaAllah kalau kita dapat bekerja dengan lebih kuat dan memastikan setiap pihak bekerjasama dengan baik, kita akan capai apa yang kita inginkan, insyaAllah. Saya akhir kata, selamat maju jaya kepada ANGKASA-X, dan sama-sama kita doa pelancaran pada petang ini akan berjalan dengan lancar. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, teknologi tinggi, belanjanya tinggi, resikonya pun tinggi. So we must adapt this. If we dealing with the high tech technology, that is certain risk that we need to really calculate. So sama-sama kita berdoa agar pelancaran hari ini berjalan dengan baik, dan cabaran kepada ANGKASA-X ialah way forward after the successful of launching. That's another hurdle that we need to see how this satellite can be really effective, and if we can do so, you will have another heritage in your pocket. Wow. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Tuan Haji Azli Kamil. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now 10 minutes into the live streams from 2 locations in Russia, the launch site in Vostochny, Kosmodrom, and another one in Moscow. So if you pay attention to the screen in front of you, you will see the 2 screens. So over there, on your left is Vostochny, the launch site, and on the right, another live stream in Moscow. And we have been given the thumbs up that the live stream is currently happening. Enjoy the show. God willing, may this be a historical moment for Malaysia and the world.
Thank you.
Земля, борт! Есть переход блока на бортовое питание 30-й. Есть отрыв ШАО 211, 212, 30-й.
Есть отрыв холодный пневмоколодок блока И 70-й.
Есть мачта 30-й. Доклады принял первый. Пуск! Пуск! Зажигание! Предварительное. Промежуточное. Главное. Подъем.
Двигатели центрального и боковых блоков вышли на режим главной ступени. 10 секунд. Параметры системы управления ракеты-носителя в норме. 20 секунд. Двигатели первой и второй ступени работают нормально. 30 секунд. Параметры конструкции ракеты-носителя в норме. 50 секунд. Давление в камерах сгорания двигателя ракеты-носителя в норме. 60 секунд. Полет нормальный. 70 секунд. Параметры системы управления ракеты-носителя в норме. 80 секунд. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. 90 секунд. Двигатели первой и второй ступени работают нормально. 100 секунд. Параметры конструкции ракеты-носителя в норме.
Я камеру снимаю, потому что сейчас, кажется, дождь начнется. Че?
— 170 секунд. Полет нормальный. 180 секунд. Двигатель второй ступени работает нормально. 190 секунд. Параметры конструкции ракеты-носителя в норме. 200 секунд. Полет нормальный. Время КП 14 часов 34 минуты 49 секунд 415 миллисекунд декретного московского времени. 210 секунд. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. 220 секунд. Параметры конструкции ракеты-носителя в норме. Есть сброс створок головного обтекателя. 240 секунд. Тангаж, рыскание, вращение в норме. 250 секунд. Двигатель второй ступени работает нормально. 2 ракеты-носителя в норме. Прошел гарантийный надув баков третьей ступени. Есть запуск двигателя третьей ступени. Есть выключение двигателя второй ступени. Есть отделение второй ступени. Есть сброс панели хвостового отсека. 310 секунд. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. 320 секунд. Двигатель третьей ступени работает нормально. 330 секунд. Параметры конструкции ракеты-носителя в норме. 340 секунд. Параметры системы управления ракеты-носителя в норме. 350 секунд. Полет нормальный. 360 секунд. Тангаж, рыскание, вращение в норме. 370 секунд. Параметры конструкции ракеты-носителя и разгонного блока в норме. 380 секунд. Двигатель третьей ступени работает нормально. 390 секунд. Параметры системы управления ракеты-носителя в норме. 410 секунд. Полет нормальный. 'Прошло включение второй ступени наддува баков третьей ступени. 430 секунд. Двигатель третьей ступени работает нормально. 440 секунд. Тангаж, рыскание, вращение в норме. 450 секунд. Полет нормальный. 460 секунд. Параметры конструкции ракеты-носителя и разгонного блока в норме. 50 секунд. Параметры конструкции ракеты-носителя и разгонного блока в норме. Работает нормально. 480 секунд. Параметры системы управления ракеты-носителя в норме. 490 секунд. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. 500 секунд. Полет нормальный. 510 секунд. Тангаж, рыскание, вращение в норме. 520 секунд. Параметры конструкции ракеты-носителя и разгонного блока в норме. 530 секунд. Двигатель третьей ступени работает нормально. 540 секунд. Параметры системы управления ракеты-носителя в норме. 550 секунд. Полет нормальный. 'Есть выключение двигателя третьей ступени. 'Есть отделение головного блока. Головной блок в составе разгонного блока фрегат номер 14202, космического аппарата «Метеор-М» номер 2-3 и попутной полезной нагрузки выведен на опорную орбиту.
Построение совместного расчета состоится на плацу возле ГП-1 в 21:00. 5.